Hey YouTubers, it's Arthur here from TheVaultProScooters, and today we're going to be doing a bar wrap video. Pretty cool. The company's name is Bar Wraps. It's pretty much a thin cotton, like with adhesive on the back that's reapplicable as well. So when you're applying it to your bars, you can, like if you mess up the first time, you can kind of pull it off and then reapply it, like move it, shift it over. We're going to go ahead and get this on the pair of bars that we have here. The bar wraps can fit pretty much any style bar. They comes with like 3 sheets, enough for any style bar on the market. It's just probably gonna take a little bit more time with those complicated bars as far as like different styles. We're gonna do a T-bar, so it's gonna be a little simpler today. So we see that we have 3 pieces. We have the piece that's gonna go on the down tube, and then the piece that's gonna go on the cross tube, and then an additional piece in case you have a different style bar. But honestly, even though this looks like we're not gonna have enough, we're gonna definitely have extra even after we finish. So in the video, they say to start with the cross tube, and that's actually what I found is the best way to start, because you wrap the cross tube and then you use the down tube wrap to cover all that cuts and stuff like that that you make in order to get into those little areas underneath the bar. Wrap the bar wrap around one side of the bars just to kind of get an idea of how much you're going to use, because you don't want to overlap it too much, because it's going to be, you're going to feel all those creases in your bars. We're going to go ahead and mark it with our finger. So like right there is pretty much what we're going to cut. They tell you to mark it with a pen, but what I found is simple for me is literally just folding it on itself and then just kind of going down the whole thing. So you just want to line up both ends and then just start kind of pressing down to kind of flatten out and make a crease into that wrap. So I'm gonna get this cut, and James is gonna fast forward this. All right, so we got our piece cut. We're gonna go ahead and just make sure before we take off the backing on this that we're kind of straightened out. We got it all nice and centered to where we think it's good. So then what we're gonna do to better kind of have an idea or keep that same spot is I always just mark the bar, and you see it come apart. It's just, like I said, a thin piece of cotton with adhesive on the back end. So we're gonna get our side all straightened out, make sure it's nice and centered. And we're gonna apply it right there. And then just kind of lightly rub your finger to flatten it out. Before we flatten everything else out, you definitely have to cut out the angles so the sides can flap around. Definitely want some sharp scissors too. Don't make the mistake that I made. Lay that down there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of like roll it over. Then we're gonna go ahead and flip it over, and then bam. Remember guys, this is a process. You just gotta be patient and it'll come out the way you want it in the end. So you see there that obviously we have those little sections that are uncovered, and that's all gonna get covered. Getting another piece and wrapping it around like so. Right there is gonna be good. So just mark where you're gonna cut, grab your scissors, nothing too crazy. This is just gonna cover those spots that we need covered. So that's gonna go in there. And just cover those creases. So next and final step is the down tube. If you have any clamp, you have to cut this to size. So this, if the clamp is gonna slide over your bars, you have to cut it to that lip or to the edge of the clamp, because if you cover the whole bar, it's just gonna mess up your wrap. You're gonna try to slide that clamp on or shove it on, and it's just gonna push it all the way up and just mess up your whole wrap, and then your SOL. These bars aren't going on anything yet, so we're gonna wrap the whole thing. Just take in consideration, if you have an SCS, you gotta make that space, that 1.5 inches, or even unclamp your bars and you'll see a mark that's already been made on your bar from the clamp tightening up, and just do it to there and then to the end. So we're gonna just see how much we're gonna cut off of this. So right there is about good. So like I said, we're just gonna cut this pretty much off. So I'm just gonna fold this onto itself. Bam, look at that. Now we're gonna cut down. All right, it's time for the end. It's like a giant, super flexible sticker. We're done. Now we slide our grips on. Cut away for the clamp. You're good, but obviously you guys will be taking into consideration your clamp space. These bars aren't going on anything right now. Pretty much anyone can do it. It's really simple. Just take your time, you guys got it. These wraps are pretty awesome. You can definitely pick them up at TheVaultProScooters.com. Look at, actually, sorry, before we leave, you see all this extra? All this extra we got. You can wrap your phone, you can wrap your wheels, whatever. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about these bar wraps. Definitely pick them up at TheVaultProScooters. They're pretty awesome, come in different styles, not just this paisley bandana style. It comes in like leopard geometric patterns. Pretty sick. All right, guys, later.